Hey, Brendan, come here a sec. I want to repay you for that wonderful thermostat you had installed.
Oh, really? Wow, I mean, you didn't have to, but what'd you have in mind?
Well, I went shopping today, and I found some really juicy apples while I was out, and I thought you might like some.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not really a fruit kind of guy, but I mean, that's really thoughtful. Thanks, man. Wait, there's a knife in here, too. Is that for me?
No, that's for me.
Christian! But why?
Oh, hey, guys. What's, holy shit. Brendan, you're bleeding out. What's happening in here?
Justin, please, call an ambulance.
Oh, no, you don't. You sit right there and you watch me cook. This is going to be worth it. I promise.
You know what? I'm already watching.
Tell my family. My operating system is version 69.421.
Justin, you write that down and you make sure you back him up later. One version prior so he doesn't remember any of this.
Hold on. Make sure to back up to 69.420. All right, got it, boss.
Perfect. Now, let's see if my experiment worked. Holy shit, it did. I'm a genius. Justin, look at this apple. It's changed. By killing Brendan next to this bushel of apples, I've managed to extract his devil fruit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he had that. Which one was it again?
It was the slug fruit.
Right. So why exactly did you want to be a slug man?
I didn't really think I'd get this far, actually. I kind of just wanted to see if I could turn the apple into a devil fruit. I wasn't really planning to eat it afterwards, actually, but I got caught up in the moment and just sort of went for it.
Well, I hope you enjoy your newfound powers. Brendan didn't really use them himself much. Probably a reason for that. That shit kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty true, actually. I guess let's just move on from this. Set up the new bread bot, and while he's rebooting, we'll move this old body. I don't want the cleaning lady to find another corpse laying around. Boo, 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 boo.
This week, we slightly abandon the plot to start things off as we get a glimpse of the parents of our kidnapped children begging some Marines to look for their children again. They are told to be far more reasonable and are left brokenhearted in the streets. At which point, we switch back to Punch Hazard, where these same kids are rampaging because their babysitters, Usopp and Nami-Sanji, told them that they had candy at home. So now they're just embracing their parents, embarrassing their parents in the checkout line of Target. Luckily, cool adopted dad Caesar is here with the candy, and he shepherds them back off to the lab. Virgo, everyone's new favorite villain with a face-cleaning disability, turns out to be the Vice Admiral in charge of G5, and is revealed to be the traitor that Smoker and Tashigi were worried about. Virgo is also revealed to be working for none other than the elusive Joker, who, much to Brendan's chagrin, is not, in fact, Buggy the Clown, but the Flamingo Man himself, Don Quixote del Flamingo. Law also reveals on the side tangent that he used to work for Doflamingo once upon a time in the past, which is presumably how he knew Virgo. Caesar's other plans seem to be bearing fruit when the children return to the lab after succumbing to the addictive qualities of the candy that Caesar is drugging them with. The only child that has managed to fight through the withdrawal is Mocha, whom we will hopefully re-rescue and catch up with later. Additionally, Caesar has performed some sort of chemical experiment on the living slime monster known as Smiley and turned him into a new gas called Land of the Dead. This new gas, in addition to killing, immobilizes its victims so they cannot escape once they're caught in it. The main alliance of Luffy and Law don't seem to be too rattled by the turn of events, as we are even left with Law proclaiming after everything that's happened, the next step is the counterattack. And yeah, that's it. That's the summary. How you doing, guys? How you doing, Christian? We missed you last week.
Yeah, man, I'm doing much better. I feel good. Thank you.
Yeah, you feel pretty good? You know, you got a full stomach. Everything's going well for you right now?
Absolutely, yeah.
You just gotta lay off the salt now, you know?
I feel good about that. Well, the only reason I ask is, I don't want to go into too many of the details of this week. Did you have any, burning topics you wanted to discuss from last week's episodes that you missed, or any questions you might have, or anything like that, or are you just here for a ride?
I don't think there was really much. I don't remember a lot of other importance happening last week, really. Other than, I guess, like the very, very end when we see Virgo and Law's interaction. But otherwise, I can't remember really anything out of the ordinary. I remember getting like the I guess confirmation that Tashigi could also use Smoker's power. I thought that scene was funny.
Yeah. So we did get that.
Smoker like kind of coaching her a little bit in the field about how to use his power, and her just kind of bumbling her way through it. And then I think she like launches his fists with the sword in it or something at somebody.
Yeah, she does. I felt kind of bad because I know you and Devin were cooking really hard on that, whether or not the fact that the heart being displaced from Smoker would limit Smoker body from being able to use his devil fruit. Unfortunately, seeing as how Law not having a heart also sort of sets the precedent that you don't need your heart in order to have your devil fruit, which is kind of sad. I like where your guys' head was at, to be perfectly honest. It helps align, the old thought that if Blackbeard ate Whitebeard's heart, that must have been how he got his devil fruit or something like that. But unfortunately, not the case here. So
surely Oda retcons this down the line, right?
Surely.
I mean,
retcons which? The fact that there's a which side of the aisle are we retconning?
No heart equals no devil fruit.
Well,
I don't. Well,
I was a little sad that it wasn't the case, but I also saw the logic in that it still works anyway, because the heart is removed physically from the body, but is still like tethered to it. Well, it's beating, obviously, because that's how law of power works. Like, you can remove the head, you can remove the whatever, and it'll still wriggle around. You can still use it. It's just not attached to you. So the heart, in turn, is still part of the body. It's just only attached, spiritually or through the soul, or however you want to dissect it. Which you see on display every time somebody, monkey grips a person's heart, and it actually hurts them physically because somebody is grabbing them by the heart. So I don't know. While I wish it was our explanation that the heart being missing from the body means no more devil fruit, I can kind of see how like the logic still dictates that it would work. So I'm not.
This is actually I actually really like this thought process, because to be honest, I was 100% on yours and Devin's camp when I first got to this arc once upon a time. And this is actually one of the sourer parts that also puts a damper on the theory that Blackbeard ate Whitebeard's heart. The fact that
no, that's still going strong. Don't you worry, baby.
I think it can definitely still be viable. I think it's definitely still a viable option, because Whitebeard, the Whitebeard's dead, and the power can still be held within the heart. It's just that when it's removed via a power like Law's, it doesn't count. It's not.
I didn't think this was going to happen, but he brought me back. I can't believe it.
The heart
this is incredible.
Blackbeard can still eat people's hearts and consume their devil fruit. But the removal of the heart physically from the body does not count unless the person dies, I guess.
This makes a lot of sense. I like this. I like this thought process entirely, actually, because that actually does line up a lot with how Law's power has tended to work. And it does make a lot of sense that if you beat the shit out of the heart, it would in turn hurt said person, because they are clearly still aligned and tethered in some fashion, some way, shape, or form. So I like that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Christian. You brought back an old favorite theory from the ashes. This is the only time in the series that puts a giant wrench in my thought process.
Never doubted it for a second, baby.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad. Beyond that, so in these episodes, so Luffy and Caesar fought last set of episodes, and he got by Caesar, as well as the rest of them. They all just got so out of curiosity, I assume that like this isn't like the grandest leap in logic, but did you have any expectations or theories on how Caesar just suddenly like won the day back when he was just getting all of them, I guess, passed out on the ground? Or did you actually maybe call this before you saw these episodes?
No, I wouldn't say I had thought of this. I wish I had thought of this is more like what I would say. Because this is a very logical step in his power, I think.
And specifically what we're talking about is he removes oxygen around fuckers, so they just like, choke and pass out, which is very useful, actually.
The only thing I can see people potentially like having a problem with is that this is, I think, the first time, it would seem to be the first time that a devil fruit or a Logia user anyway. Is he a Logia or is he Paramecia? He's a Logia, right?
He is Logia.
This would be the first time that a Logia manipulated the elements when they, I guess, like weren't. Well, I guess that's not entirely true.
I think you're walking on the right direction.
Yeah, I actually agree. I see what you're saying. You're saying this is the first time we have witnessed a Logia affect their element around them instead of manifesting the element within them. Yes, I see where you're coming from.
The only thing that I thought of in the moment just now to kind of counteract that was Aokiji being able to freeze the ocean, which I guess is still like he's using his ice power to to cool off the ocean,
freeze whatever.
To freeze the ocean. He didn't like find an iceberg and go and like, levitate it or something because he has all power over ice. I don't know.
I will
For some reason,
minor...
Aokiji's version feels acceptable, where Caesar's somehow feels less acceptable, and I don't know why.
Interesting. I find this to be a very interesting.
I think it's probably just because Caesar's is OP.
Yeah, when you put this, like, I guess not limitation, when you give him this pro to his power, suddenly his devil fruit went from being like, okay, yeah, like it's a Logia, that's cool, to being like, holy shit, he's unbeatable. He can just suffocate anyone he ever fucking deals with. But I will throw a minor wrench in. I will put Crocodile in the ring. There was that time back in the way days of Alabasta where he could like take his one knot hook hand and turn the ground around him into sand. Would you consider that counting in a similar vein of what Caesar's doing here?
No.
That feels like, I don't know, that feels like what Aokiji's doing.
That feels like Aokiji
that feels
does.
Like, that feels more Aokiji because he's using his sand power. I don't know. It's also confusing. Crocodile feels like an implementation of the power before Oda really cared about establishing rules of the devil fruit, because very true. That part is him sucking the moisture out of it, and you're just supposed to accept that like sand equal, I find sand in desert really hot, no water, so I can take water out of other things. That's like just the logic that he put there. So I don't know. That one feels more, if I was gonna like just hand wave it away, it would feel more Aokiji than Caesar.
This schmuck coming out and then just being like, hey, remember that time you guys could breathe? What if I just took all the oxygen out of your lungs?
What if you just didn't now?
I definitely agree, and I'm surprised I haven't really noticed it, but Logia's, up until now, I have, or maybe I just can't remember in the future or whatever, I've never seen a Logia manipulate something that didn't originate from their body. So, like, never saw Ace firebending, a freaking candle or something, like that. You always have to be a part of them, like, come from their own body and whatnot, which is interesting.
I do sort of agree with this take. This is a thought process that never actually crossed me. And it actually mends itself to the way Caesar comes off as a villain here, because when we see a Logia like Aokiji or Eneru, we're as an audience, we're just taken aback, like, holy shit, like that's just a really cool element to just be in control of all the time. Like you can just fuck the world up with that. And then meanwhile Caesar's like, okay, you can turn yourself into mist, that's pretty cool. And then out of nowhere, he can just suddenly manipulate every single element on the periodic table as long as it's in gas form, which suddenly opens up this like laundry list of options for the fucking man.
Yeah. What if I just, created a vacuum?
But also,
exactly.
Okay, my brain started thinking a little bit more than it normally does. What if this is a red herring? What if he like can't actually just remove oxygen from around you? What if he's like doing something on the low that we just can't see? Like, what if, like, because like maybe I'm crazy. But I feel like I've only ever seen him...
Maybe he's taken his castanets, which I fucking love that weapon, by the way. I don't care. Like, the castanets are fucking fantastic. Incredible weapon for this motherfucker.
Weapon, quote unquote.
Dude, they're so cool, though. I don't know. Something about it
cool.
Just like... It tickles me, man. Something about this weapon,
instrument a weapon in this particular fashion feels...
But how do the castanets work? Like,
So I assume
you just create
I
a
assume-
spark
okay,
and
so-
his gas explodes.
Yeah, I would imagine that's what happened. So the gastonets, I have to imagine, create a spark, and then using various gases, he can explode it from a distance by either transporting the spark in the area he wants,
okay.
and then maybe putting like a special accelerant in the air wherever he plans. I don't know. I just find it to be like a really cool idea, to be perfectly honest.
No,
with you.
definitely for sure.
It do be cool. Back to my theory.
Yeah.
So what
Go
if?
ahead.
So maybe I'm crazy and probably big dumb. I've only ever seen him steal oxygen from people when they're like nearby. Like he's really close to them. So what if he's just like baiting us? It's thinking like, oh, I can remove the oxygen in your lungs like a fucking OPR as airbender. But what if he's actually like, let's say he's drown. I can't think of the right word here, but like drowning you in his own gas, and he's just like suffocating you that way instead of like removing oxygen from out of your body.
It could
kind
be.
Of thing.
It could be. He
Less
could just
removal
be,
and more insertion.
Yeah, he could just be.
Yeah, no, I see that.
There are plenty of toxic but invisible gases out there. It's definitely possible, I think.
Yeah. I guess I would only question, like, I feel like at this point he's more of a showman. Like when he tried to poison Luffy when they were fighting, he was like, "This is the best poison I got, dude." It was a very like visceral visual thing before he proved like, "Oh, just kidding. I'm poison immune to everything because Magellan kicked my ass once." I feel like if he was using poison, I would imagine it would probably be a bit more of a visual cue, don't you think? Maybe. He just seems like that kind of guy.
No,
I just want to believe that there's no way Oda just writes this character and is like, yeah, this fucking schmuck, this literal clown, he's OP of all people.
No,
Ain't no
I
way.
mean,
Dude,
I can absolutely believe it. I don't think there's a way that you cite Oda as not wanting to make his character too OP.
Honestly, I feel like Caesar, because of this like rule set of essentially everything's on the table as long as it's in a gas form, he has a lot of versatility suddenly, and that makes me really upset because that's suddenly a really good fucking power to have, and I hate it.
I do also want to call attention to this kind of happens a little later in the episode, but when we get the flashback of their arrangement at the beginning to trade hearts, that Caesar admits what we already kind of assumed, in that Law is stronger than him. Now, maybe that was Caesar just like trying to butter Law up, but I still like to believe that Law is a stronger combatant than Caesar. But with all of the kind of revelations of his power, so it feels like less and less like what would Law do? Like, I know Room is crazy, but with like especially this ability to just be like, and you have no air now. Thanks for playing. Like,
Thanks for trying.
What does Law do in a situation like that? Like, does Room just say like, this is my room, I get to do whatever I want here? So suddenly, now I'm on a ventilator and it's breathing for me. Like
I think this lends itself to one of my favorite parts of this series, is that devil fruits versus devil fruits are some of the fun parts. Like, a lot of the time when hockey gets thrown into the mix, some of the fun's lost because you just want to see dumb devil fruits facing off against dumb devil fruits. Like, that's what I want all the time. Like Foxy versus Luffy, give me that shit 24/7. But I think in this instance, it's Caesar recognizing he's kind of a one trick. He's not a very creative person with his devil fruit. The devil fruit's nuts. Like, if any intelligent, well, he's intelligent in some regards, probably not in like fighting or something. If he were to really expand his mindset on like his combative capabilities, I think that's what he's getting at. In a one-on-one, bet on Law, because he's just not a fighter. He's a smart dude that if all else fails, he just removes oxygen, which if you find a way around that, congratulations, you're pretty much the victor here, I think. I think that's what he's kind of recognizing in that moment.
Fair enough.
The devil fruit is nuts, though. Even if the dude's a fucking
crazy dude.
While I'm here, or while we're here, excuse me, I felt this would be a good time to dump some Caesar Clown facts.
Oh,
sure.
Sure.
So as Caesar Clown has some like kingly, regal themes to him. Number one being sharing a name with Caesar Clown. Or, Jesus Christ, sharing a name with Julius Caesar.
You think they named
Wow,
Julius
the wires
Caesar
Caesar?
Clown
crossed.
himself.
Yeah, they named Julius Caesar after Caesar Clown. Is that one of your facts?
A2 Brute.
At two Luffy.
Also, due to the R and L language thing in Japanese, clown is very similar to crown. So, there's that.
I actually never put
Interesting.
that together. Holy that's actually hilarious.
What else can I share here? He shares names of real life pirates, Black Caesar and Henry Caesar. I did not look into those two. Do that yourself, you lazy bums.
Okay, fine. Thank you for bringing facts that we're gonna have to look up on our own. Appreciate
Hey, man,
that.
I can't do everything.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
He has horns, and people think that he has a similar aesthetic to Magellan, who also has a similar aesthetic to Baphomet. I see it there. Both are like poison, gassy dudes. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't need to make that joke, but that's a good joke.
Took
This
me a
is
second.
This is Justin giving himself a pat on the back. Good job,
Yeah.
baby.
This is Justin stumbling his way through his own comedy bit or something.
Incredible.
Listen, I did a lot earlier today on Discord, not the point. Probably my favorite fact. So the Japanese voice actor for Caesar is Ryusei Nakao, or yeah, Nakao, excuse me. Fun fact, or coincidentally, Ryusei also voices the character Mayuri Kurotsuchi in Bleach. That character is also an evil scientist, and he also kind of has like poison themes to him. So I think that's kind of cool. How that
Okay, that's actually not the thread I thought you were going to go for, but that's also
what's
really
the
good.
thread I was going
typecast in
for?
the most
So
weird way.
The fun fact I have about his VA is actually an extension that reaches into the dub, in fact, as well. It was a big deal. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put a reason why, and I might be completely wrong. Somebody will correct me one day. It won't be on cast, but somebody will correct me. I believe the voice actor for Frieza has a very short list of things that he's done, other than being Frieza, right? So I remember it was a big deal when Caesar was casted. The guy who voices Frieza in Dragon Ball Z was cast as Caesar in One Piece. And I remember it was like a super big deal at the time. Like he was, maybe people were just hyped because they knew when this is like when I was on the subreddit or whatever, like I was starting to like actually be caught up with like current shit at the time. And maybe people were just hyped because, the VA for Caesar was announced or whatever. But I remember they were like super fucking hyped about Frieza being Caesar. And the Funimation dubbed it the exact same thing. They grabbed the VA for Frieza and was like, hey, you want to be Caesar? He's like, yeah, I want to be Caesar. So
All right.
there you go. That's my small fun fact.
Nice. Other fact here is one of his favorite foods is gazpacho, which, just gazpacho.
God damn it.
Fuck you, Oda.
I fucking hate it. Actually, okay, that's not entirely fair because I don't know the history of this one. A lot of the time, it's other motherfuckers writing to Oda saying, hey, what's their favorite food? I think it should be this because meme. And he's kind of like, yeah, sure, that's cool. I'll deal with that.
Is it gazpacho with an A or gazpacho with an E? I thought it was
with
an
an
E. Is it not?
With an A.
It is?
It is Gazpacho.
Oh, it's not even an S. It's a Z.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
I've been spelling gazpacho in my head wrong my entire life.
it'd be like that.
wow, what a revelation.
The more you learn.
Also, for what it matters to you, Brendan, this information concerning this food thing came from a Weaver card, so I don't know how much influence he takes from audiences there.
I don't know, man. I'm just throwing shit out there because I gotta take strays for my boy once in a while.
This one's not a fun fact. It has stuff to do with World War II. Gonna gloss over that.
Ooh, yikes.
Last one here. Caesar is the first antagonist to have his own signature soundtrack in the anime called Master's Laughter.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
And that
For
is
this
it for
motherfucker of
my
all
fun
things.
facts, quote unquote, today.
Well,
I appreciate that. Those were relatively fun facts. I had fun. Thank you. I had a great time.
Remember, Julius Caesar was named after Caesar Clown Kids.
There you are, and I'll never forget it now. Appreciate you. I really like the fact that like clown and crown sound alike. That's funny. I like that a lot, actually. But no, we're moving on to Caesar's big plan. So he re-kidnapped the kids. Usopp and Nami were like, they had no
They got
fucking
dealt
shot. Okay, but hey, what about the fact that they got saved by Friend Brownbeard though?
He's not friend Brownbeard. I want
He's
revenge
kind of
Brownbeard.
He's like kind of friend.
He's not kind of friend. He was like,
Yo, just watch until next episode, buddy. You'll see.
He's big, angry brown beard.
Listen, he was like, I feel so bad that I never believed the Straw Hats. So he's already been like, I'm sorry, Straws. Clearly you guys were right, and I was a fucking idiot.
He didn't mention the Straw Hats once.
What? Oh, okay, well, he did mine a little bit. Just a hair. Just a hair.
I can say with about 95% confidence he didn't mention the Straw Hats once that entire time. He might have said something along the lines of like, I can't believe I didn't see how horrible a person you are, or something to that effect. But I don't remember him mentioning or bringing the Straw Hats up once. He just wants to beat the shit out of the guy that he's lost all trust in and get his crew back.
Hey, at least he had that recognition where he's like, hey, listen, I got duped. That's on me. Just give me my boys back. And then Caesar rubs his fucking nose in it.
he can get 1 point for acting as a captain and wanting to look after his crew, but he gets nothing else from me.
He gets shit from you past that. Oh no, not like this.
I also feel like Brownbeard got bigger with every shot he was in.
You think? I'm pretty sure he's still like this large gent.
He is massive.
I think he's always just been a large gentleman.
He was large, but I don't know. Maybe they dumbed down his size, or there was never a Straw Hat in the same shot as him when he was chained up. But I do not remember him being that ginormous. They were like ants compared to him.
Maybe I'm the wild one. It felt normal to me, I guess. But I also size or recognition in this show tends to go fucking out the window all the fucking time. So it's
just do you see what they do with Big Mom?
Yeah, just wait until the future. I don't know why we're not talking about anyone specific, but wait for the future.
Right.
So anyway, Caesar does in fact got Nami and Usopp, and Brownbeard eventually brings down. What happened? He just like brought down the rest of the thing, right?
He got castanetted too.
Ah, yes, of course. When he castanetted, he blew like the foundation enough to, and then the kids had to get out or something like that, right?
The kids were already in the airship, and then like Brownbeard starts attacking. Caesar plays fake dad, like, and starts getting fake worried. It's like, kids, get to the airship. It's dangerous in here. Blah blah blah. And then once all the kids are out, and he's done playing with Brownbeard's emotions, he just castanets him, and the explosion, like... Actually, I think he castanets Brownbeard, and then he castanets Nami, Sanji, and Usopp, and then that's what, like, ultimately brings down the house.
Gotcha. And then, then he just kind of fucks off. And then he goes like, hey, guys, I've got a really cool thing I'm going to show the world in a bit, or whatever, or the underground brokers. And then we also caught Mocha in the back after they got back to the lab. She was like the first one to finally like come out of her withdrawal. So we'll see where that thread happens little later down the road. We're just kind of left up in the air on that. She's like, oh, I want to leave. Take me back to my parents, please. But moving on to Luffy, Law, and Ko in the cage as they're squaring off against Monet and Virgo. We get a couple of drops, and I am quite sad that we do not live in the timeline where Joker was Buggy all along, and it will scar me until the day I die. But hey, at least now we know who Joker is, and we sort of know where we're headed, so to speak.
Okay. I need before we go anywhere, I need to take the time to go on the record to say what I'm about to say. Don Quixote Doflamingo is my favorite bad guy in the series, and you're only getting a glimpse of why.
You're putting that on the table right now too, huh?
Yes,
Okay,
so out of all of One Piece, no one has taken that title for him. I don't know if Oda could ever make a character better than him in this particular regard, but I'll get there later.
Wow. Anyway, is high praise.
He's just so good and evil, or he's not good. He's really bad, actually. He's so evil. He's so good at
we'll
it.
get there. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay?
My point here is like,
yeah.
You don't have the knowledge that I do, and that's okay. Because just think about how fucking scummy this guy is. All right, he's involved in human trafficking, drug trafficking, plays a cohort as a child guinea pig tester person. This dude's fucked. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all under his big brain.
He is like the most textbook evil person in the show so far.
Out of nowhere, we're just
I can't
like,
tell if it's a compliment or not.
That's a bad dude. I do have a question though, and I'm gonna keep bothering you with this because I want until we get these reveals, I gotta know what you got in the hopper. How in the world does fucking with Doflamingo's operation benefit our boys here in the vein of taking down an emperor? I gotta know if you've got anything on the table for that one.
I got something in the chamber.
Are you asking me or him? I'm unclear.
He's definitely asking you.
I'm asking
But I'm
you.
definitely going to answer the question
He already
anyway when you're done.
Okay. Could you repeat the question?
All right.
I lost
I'm
myself.
sorry. Yeah, you blacked. Yeah, you blacked out. Don't worry. Okay, so Christian, please.
Yeah. I'm
As the
listening
only
now.
person who hasn't seen this show, and I apologize for bombarding you with these same questions, but I will do it until we get more context for the future. What on earth do we gain from fucking with Doflamingo, and how does that bring down an emperor in the future?
Okay. So Law came here with some goal, and it was supposed to. For some reason, Caesar. So Caesar is the goal. Kidnapping Caesar is part of the goal of taking down a warlord. Wait. Or,
Okay.
No. It was
you've
emperor. It was emperor.
Yes. Sealing Caesar is the grand plan to get us towards taking down an emperor, which we now have context works for Doflamingo, who is not an emperor. He's just a 7 warlord.
He's not the end game goal. He's just a step along the way.
Doflamingo works for an emperor?
Well, that's
Maybe?
the question. Hold on. You've made some leaps, okay?
I didn't make any leaps. You're the one who just said that.
No,
You
I
didn't say
said
that.
taking Caesar is the goal to take down an emperor. However, we now know that Caesar works for Doflamingo, who is merely a warlord. How are these things connected? Where are we going here?
I don't know.
Okay.
I will say, actually,
That's totally
though,
fair.
I will say last week at the end of the episodes, when we just kind of get the random drop of Virgo showing up.
Yeah, he just kind of like shows up out of nowhere.
With the fucking hamburger on his face that goes completely unacknowledged until Monet points it out.
Yeah,
and then the stupid motherfucker's got a goddamn spoon on his face. I digress.
Can I just say, I actually really like this bit though.
I can't.
No one says a fucking word, and he just gets something new stuck to his face all the time. I actually really like this bit. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
It's a bit.
It's a bit.
Presumably, it's going to be related to his devil fruit somehow. I'm expecting like the static fruit or something like that. You know, like a,
wow,
like
was he in the room last week when we recorded?
Yeah, were
Like,
you
what the
here
hell?
last week when we were cooking, or?
I wasn't. I was not. I was merely sitting in my home flabbergasted that he was just sitting there with a hamburger stuck to his face. And now last week I was just like, okay, maybe it's a bit. And now this week he ends up with a spoon attached to his face, and I'm like, all right, this is his devil fruit, but what the fuck is it? So
that's the leap you made.
yes, that is the leap I made.
One time is a coincidence.
Yeah, once is a coincidence.
2 times is a rule.
And yes, exactly that.
One time, it's a funny gag. 2 times, it's a devil fruit confirmed.
Two times, there has to be a reason for it. Anyway,
oh man,
at the end of last set of episodes, when Virgo shows up, beats the shit out of him, and has his heart, I assumed at the time, because we didn't have the connection that Virgo was working with Caesar, I assumed that he worked for one of the emperors, and that the Law's purpose here was to get his heart. Like, he had lost his heart at some other point in the past, not as a deal with Caesar, and his purpose in being there was because Caesar worked for this guy who owned his heart. So if he took Caesar hostage, then he would have, I don't know, a bargaining chip. He would have a bargaining chip to try and get his heart back in some way. And on top of that, I kind of also made the leap in logic that Virgo probably worked for Kaido, the 4th emperor we have no idea about.
Okay.
Just because we had already seen 2 major goons of Big Moms being
Beckham's and Mr. Baron Tamago.
Thank you. So I just kind of I made the leap that, well, it maybe wouldn't show us a third one. Like, these were just like his or her 2 lieutenants or whatever that you'll always see, and they take charge of everything. So maybe this Virgo guy is like Kaido's right hand man or something, because he alludes also, Virgo goes like, he won't be too happy, or I think he says he.
Yeah. He does say he.
So at the time, without the extra bits of like Virgo's a Navy, Marine, and blah blah blah, all that we get this episode, I cooked up that Virgo works for Kaido and everything that I just said before. All of that seeming very false now, but I was proud of myself at the time.
We don't necessarily know that. You could be right in a more roundabout way.
If you were here last week and you put that on the table, I would have been like, dude, it has to be Big Mom, because Big Mom's the food one. And what's always stuck to his face, Christian.
But then it's a spoon.
And it's still sort of food-based, is all I'm saying.
Do you eat
it's more
spoons?
food-based today. I don't eat them, but I use them.
I sometimes bite on them when I'm not paying attention.
Well, you should probably go to a dentist and make sure your teeth are okay.
Probably
yeah,
right.
you should probably get that checked out. Get yourself a bite guard.
But I just want to say that it sounds like Christian's on board with the theory I cooked up a couple weeks ago, where I said, what did I say? Because I listened to it today.
Listen, buddy, we don't got to rehash all of our old cooks. We'll listen to it in the future. All right.
We were talking about like, right. When Law made the deal with Luffy, the alliance deal, he was like, we're going to go after an emperor, and we all speculated about which one. Everyone said anyone but Kaido, and I just posed the question of why not Kaido, and then I was like, yo, it would just make sense in my brain to unlock the path to Kaido, like just have the door open so we can have all the options out on the table. And it sounds like Christian's jumping on the bandwagon with me.
It was not an anybody but Kaido. It was like an anybody but Shanks deal, and we were kind of we were pretty me and Devin were pretty on the same page that it had to be either Big Mom or Kaido. We just kind of figured Big Mom was
Big Mom
like,
or Blackbeard, and
no, it wasn't. It was not. It was not. I am 100% positive that Blackbeard and Shanks were both off the table. It was always Big Mom or Kaido.
To be fair,
one of you two brought up Blackbeard,
was,
and then we talked you guys down from there, and then I posed Kaido as an option.
I don't remember ever being talked down on Blackbeard. I remember explicitly being like, it has to be Big Mom or Kaido.
Go listen to episode. All right, we'll revisit this.
All right, it's getting hot in this office. All right, the tensions are high. Let's get back to what's at stake. So Virgo and supposedly Monet both work for Joker, aka Don Quixote del Flamingo, who has an interest in the shit that goes on this island, supposedly. And supposedly he's also Caesar's boss or whatever. And so we assume that the reason why Law is here is to get his heart back, probably.
It's probably
right?
part of it still, yeah.
You think that there's still more?
It definitely has to be
that's,
part of it, because he gave up his heart as a brokering chip with Caesar. So he had to have an
interest.
Thing present of interest, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I mean,
guess that's the only remaining question.
He wasn't going there with the anticipation of giving up his heart. That was just part of the negotiation.
Right, yeah.
What his real goal in being here for was, I mean, to kidnap Caesar. Beyond that is the question.
Right, yeah. I think so. So I guess we'll still have to wait and see what that unfolds.
Because it clearly gives him some power over, maybe not over, but it gives him a bargaining chip with Virgo or Doflamingo. But then how does that translate to being able to go up against a warlord, or an emperor? Like, that's right. The real disconnect here. That's the real disconnect here. Is like, how does butting heads with Doflamingo equal, let's go take down an emperor now? Or is he trying to get Doflamingo on board? Does Doflamingo have something that they can use to one up an emperor? I don't know.
I got an answer.
I like the idea that they're fucking with Doflamingo so they can like rob him of some like emperor killing weapon. That sounds pretty sick, actually.
Nah. Too big brain.
Remember when you said that you were gonna kill Big Mom with, what was it again? A bunch of poison and shit like that or whatever? Maybe this is it. and Doflamingo has it or something. I don't know.
Nah, I got this. It's all a red herring. Law just wants to beef with his former captain. That's it. This has absolutely nothing to do with the Emperor or nothing. He just said, "Yo, my old captain, fuck that guy. I want the beef."
Screw you.
Exactly. It's all part of the plan to just ruin that guy's life.
Yeah, Law did say that he used to work for Doflamingo once upon a time, presumably at some point in the past. We're not entirely sure when, but if we expand on when Virgo was like, "Oh, look, Law, you're all grown up," presumably it must have been when he was far younger or something like that.
We have to be
So,
very
This is all
younger.
personal vengeance. That's all it's ever been. The alliance is all a sham. It's all a bait.
Oh, okay.
If anything, he's gonna frame Luffy for the crime.
Okay,
Because
okay.
all alliances
Don't
end up
mind-
with betrayal, like Robin said.
Don't mind him. He's just he's in his own little
Heed
world
my
right now, Christian.
words. This will.
Heed my words.
Heed my words. This entire
Citizens.
alliance is a sham. It'll end in betrayal. He just wants to put Luffy on the pedestal when he finally takes down Doflamingo. All right, fine. Well, you know what? Thank you, Justin. I'm removing your soapbox. I appreciate your thoughts, however.
That was
moving on.
succeeding my time anyway.
We now the last big ticket item on the table was, of course, Smiley. So Smiley continued duding himself across the lake and just kind of went big chillin', chasing all the goons that were on the other side of the lake. They were running away until Caesar goes like, "Hey, Smiley, piece of candy," and he was like, "Shit, bet."
I love.
Go ahead.
I love to like Smiley gets on the scene and they have that big projection of Caesar so that he can talk to Smiley directly and like Smiley can see his master there and obey his master but Smiley is just not about it.
he just nods that
Caesar's
shit
about to
immediately.
give you a whole backstory, and Smiley goes, "Nah, fuck your backstory. I'm hungry," and he eats the shit out of the candy, and Caesar's just left there like, yeah, go ahead, eat that candy. You earned it."
I do like this bit too.
I want to
actually,
ask something here because someone made an edit to this bullet I wrote. So Smiley ate the candy, right? And for whatever reason, and there was a bag of apples on the freaking sleigh that was next to Smiley for those henchmen or whatever. And one of the apples turned into a devil fruit looking thing. Not sure exactly how. Someone wrote "died?" for Smiley.
these are all my notes.
My interpretation of what happened.
What I will tell you is that this is a rare Oda Fat L because this does not get expanded further outside of an SBS. So I'm going to take the liberty of informing the team. Smiley had a devil fruit and he did die here, which is why you saw that in the bag.
Separate of Caesar.
Correct. And the devil fruit he had, it's never given in the show. Justin already told you what it was. It was the axolotl devil fruit.
Okay, hold on. I already apologized for this today earlier on the Discord.
He did tell you that.
And I will explain this again for all the people who are not on our Discord.
Did he like say jokingly 2 weeks ago or something?
Yes.
No, that is correct. He's like, wow,
it
it looks like
was
an axolotl, doesn't it?
100% an accident. I looked at Smiley. I saw the frills on the back of his head, his neck, whatever
We
that
didn't have
appendage.
those before.
Yes, he did.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Yes,
There was a single. Hold on. I'll give him a small assist. There was a single shot when he was first introduced that had a faint outline of what might have been those little axolotl tendrils. But this is Brendan me in the moment, and I'm just like, God damn this motherfucker again. But if he's being honest, maybe he made that leap. But I find it a little hard to believe. That's something that is a lot easier to tell when you already know. It's more of like it's like a subtle nod of being like if you know, you know.
Bro, there was even another shot, I believe, in
moment.
today's episodes where like more
There wasn't today.
Right, that's fine. Like I'm open to that.
I'm clearly either seeing things
like,
or everyone's blind and no one saw the frills when he was first introduced.
No, absolutely not. He was a blob. At no point did I see anything that frills like that. No, not even a little bit. I think you were imprinting knowledge that you already had onto it, whether you knew what you were doing or not.
I saw them. I seen them. All right.
No,
the frills were there.
I think
however many weeks ago it was. I had no knowledge of Smiley's devil fruit. That was completely removed from my memory. Honestly, considering I never read SBSs, and as you said, it never got expanded upon in the show, I probably never knew this, period.
Yeah, so I feel like that was actually an important thing to put down on the table here because this sets a precedent that I don't think that it can be expanded on later, doesn't need to be determined now. But the one detail that is important that needs to be set here is that there is reason to believe, at the very least, that due to Smiley having a devil fruit, the axolotl devil fruit, upon his death, for whatever fucking magic reason, a nearby bag of apples just picked it up and became the devil fruit. That is a very important detail that does not get set in stone in the because they literally just leave the bag behind for the remainder of the arc. You know what I'm saying? They run from the fucking gas.
Yeah, well,
it's
nobody notices it. It's just a thing. It's a thing the only audience knows.
I hate this.
Yeah,
Somebody told me
exactly,
this. I like my headcanon, which I was going to get to, was what I thought happened was that Caesar just fed him a bag of devil fruits or whatever. The candy was just the devil fruit in disguise. That's what I thought was going on here.
So then why would a nearby apple turn into a devil fruit then?
I thought it was he painted over it kind of thing, the ink faded or something adjacent
the apple
to that.
Twisted and contorted
that
into
is
a
what my
boy.
headcanon was in that moment. And I like it way better than what Oda just gave us today.
So
it
I
sounds
won't
like
say-
whatever Oda cooked up is way better than what you just thought.
This is nonsense.
So I won't say that this will never happen again, that this doesn't get expanded on with other people, other devil fruits, other things and narratives in the story. But specifically for Smiley here, this is the only context you get for the remainder of this arc and the future. So I feel like it was important to put that on the table and be no, he had a devil fruit. His devil fruit was never named. It was only named in an SBS. And the thing that we saw as an audience was his devil fruit being reborn in the bag of apples, very specifically.
Whack.
So fun fact.
So
it's not whack.
what if?
What if?
Uh-huh.
And now hear me out.
Oh boy, here we go.
There's no reason in really any reality, unless something crazy happened, for him to have known this. But what if Blackbeard knew this?
Oh
And
boy, here we go.
This is how Blackbeard gets people's devil fruits. Because if the person dies and the fruit the power just gets over to the nearest fruit in vicinity, if Blackbeard just carries a banana on him or something like that,
banana.
Something you could carry around, maybe like an orange or something that's going to go bad less quickly. I don't know.
Quick question.
I think he's cooking a lot.
Quick
Can
question.
I expand?
Doc
Go ahead,
Q,
Justin.
did he have apples or pies with him?
He always had apples, actually. Yeah.
All right. I've seen
Wait, was Blackbeard known for carrying apples around?
No,
No. Doc Q. Yeah, his crew guy.
I couldn't remember if it was apples or pies. It was one of them. But
wait,
he has
Blackbeard
apples on him. And they're like bombs or something?
Doc Q. It's the doctor fucker that's on his crew.
Okay.
Yeah. Doc Q is his name.
I thought you you shortened Doflamingo's family name.
No.
You went Don Q, and I was like, are you on good terms with Doflamingo? Are
I never heard of that. I like that.
You guys knit sweaters on Thursdays or something? You call him Don Q?
Imagine that Don Quixote was fucking Blackbeard's doctor, and this is that we're fucking with Blackbeard. He's the emperor we're taking down, dude. Not the thread is just going bonkers now, but no, Doc Q is the doctor on Blackbeard's crew, the dude who looked like he was half dead already. His horse's name is Stronger, by the way.
Yes.
Fantastic name. And he does have apples with him all the time. Yeah, that is a thing. He tried to feed apples to the crew, and he's like, hey, one of these is good, and the rest are poison. Hey, you're pretty lucky. You didn't pick the poison one.
Hear me out. What if?
Well, he did this back in what do you call it, town? The town of lying or whatever.
No, I remember. I'm just...
Hear me out. Hear me out. What if
Go ahead, Justin. You may cook.
The Q in Doc Q stands for Quixote.
Oh boy,
I don't understand.
I don't know about this one.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
missing me.
What if he's related to Don Quixote do Flamingo? That's what I'm saying.
Honestly,
But his name is Doc Quixote.
Yeah.
He's this long lost.
I don't know. I don't know where this gets him. I don't know why this would mean
This is
anything
the
to the
end
plot.
to the Emperor, and the Emperor's Blackbeard, brother.
All right. Well, we got a little derailed, but I'm actually very happy that you brought this to the table, Christian. This is the only other theory that I aspire to, because I also think this, and it gets a little bit reinforced. Another bit of information that you will not get about Blackbeard. At one point, Oda said what all of these supernovas would be like in their respective crews. Like what do they specialize in? He just wrote Luffy as like captain. But like for Kid, for example, he said he's the shipwright, and for Law, for example, he's the doctor. So for Blackbeard, he explicitly called out being an archaeologist, aka the Robin of his own crew. So a lot of people speculate that maybe this is like information lost to time, that this just happens, and he's the motherfucker that either figured it out, unburied it, and he's the conniving motherfucker that just keeps, a bag of apples with him everywhere he goes in case people die with double fruits.
I don't like this. Well, I mean, I like this, but I don't like this. But
I love this idea.
But also,
I still kind of prefer the eat his heart theory. I'm still on board with that. But this is like a solid, like in the back pocket sort of deal, I think.
What this does do in my head for me is that it tears down Christian's theory that Blackbeard isn't smart. And clearly he is.
Well, I wasn't gonna put that in stone. I'm just informing. I'm simply informing.
He's an archaeologist. My man's figured out to take other devil fruits and gain more than one. He's cooking. All right, he's cooking.
I'm just saying he's kind of cooking, but I don't want to
give the guy
words in Christian's
I don't want to
mouth.
give the guy too much credit. But if it is, this is an innocent until proven guilty scenario here. Like
he's not smart until he proves he's smart.
As of right now, he's still he's a bumbling idiot in my opinion. But if
this is stale until proven fresh.
What is the Rotten Tomato? It's rotten, right? This is rotten until proven fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Until it becomes official canon, I'm not willing to ascribe smart to Blackbeard.
Even though he's the archaeologist of his crew, it's like, that's not a very high bar, is it?
Well, I can't say that because then that would inherently be knocking my wife Robin. So I can't call an archaeologist not smart.
Well, no. No, hold on. He could be the archaeologist of his own crew, but with the crew he has available, that's not the highest bar to set.
yeah, that. Let's go with that.
He only has 1 degree. Yeah. Robin has 7.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, his is from what's a shitty online college.
He took 3 gen eds and failed 2 of them, but the rest of his crew didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, he's the archaeologist, of course.
I'm back.
You got an honorary degree from Loketown University.
No, what's that? What's that? What's that college that used to have like the stellar like rap songs? It was always with that chick. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember Lil Romeo did a rap song for an online college when I was younger.
I think it's ITT Tech, and there was like I have a vivid memory of this fucking commercial of like there was this like girl in a pink shirt that'd be like, I got my education or.
Oh yeah, and they had another one where like a guy was like, broke.
That's what it is. Education Connection. That's what the fuck it is.
Yes. I think it was
that whole
ITT
company
Tech,
went under, dude.
I remember Lil Romeo did a similar deal for I think it was called like ICDC College. It was like an online university or whatever. And he just had like a loose rap song for them.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail us this hard. Excuse me, please. But yeah, so Smiley eats this candy and dies. Literally fucking dies.
That's wild. That is not news I expected to hear today.
Turns into big purple smoke. And also in the background, so Caesar was doing this because he wanted to change. So Smiley is the living embodiment of his previous gas. Mm-hmm. I don't know what came first, the devil fruit or the slime, but presumably at some point he became sentient through the devil fruit and just was like big chill, and then Caesar left him in the back pocket.
But then Caesar also at some point fed him this axolotl fruit, I guess, for
that's what I'm saying.
funsies.
So at one point Caesar must have turned the gas probably into slime, and then I guess he made the slime scent, because what he did was he essentially did a Lasso the Gun Dog with Smiley, but with the slime. So Smiley is now I don't know how you're going to put an axolotl in there as 5 syllables. But
yeah, that one kind of hurts.
Maybe it's a 7-bar one.
Axolotl's already axolotl. 4 syllables, I think.
So maybe we do
And
Smiley the lizard.
Smiley the axolotl.
no, it doesn't.
That's 7.
That's 7. Oh, okay. So
Wait,
go for a
okay.
middle bar.
We go for the
Wait,
mid bar.
yeah.
Hold on.
All right. We can workshop this.
Smiley. No, it's good. Smiley the axolotl. We love that. So we've got now the third thing that has just casually consumed a devil fruit.
Surely this is coincidence, and Oda's doing this on purpose.
I mean,
he's feeding us these
I'm just
haikus, man.
saying. Honestly, he is feeding us these haikus. No, but I'm glad that we also got this because this is the Vegapunk Island, supposedly from when they were dealing with shit, or at least that's what Usopp said when they first got here. Like, oh no, this is Punk Hazard. This used to be like a Vegapunk place. But now we have the return to, remember that time when Kobe was like, yeah, Vegapunk figured out how to make inanimate objects get devil fruits. That was pretty sick. And I guess Caesar can do it too or something, because he definitely didn't have Vegapunk come. Well, maybe he did though. Maybe he had Vegapunk come back and fucking throw that shit into that Smiley. Now I'm cooking.
I mean,
that seems highly unlikely.
I assume Caesar was like an underling of Vegapunk back in the day for him to be on that island, right? So like he just shared notes or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They probably shared notes. Yeah,
I wouldn't
Smiley
be surprised
dies.
if Caesar just like, it's already a pile of poisonous slime that clearly melts down whatever goes inside of it. So Caesar
threw it at it.
Caesar probably just chucked it in there and said, I mean, it's an axolotl fruit. Like, who cares, right? This is a useless fruit anyway. So why don't I just see what happens?
Oh, that's fucking funny. Actually, I like that idea where he's just like, this is fucking useless.
Although
no one's gonna make use of this.
Well, actually, I guess they have that stupid book that documents some of the devil fruits too. I was gonna say he shouldn't have known, but they have the book or whatever that covers some of the known
book
ones.
Exists. We're not entirely sure how known that is, to be totally fair.
Right.
We just know a book exists.
Yeah.
Now that being said, so Smiley Big Dead. He turned into Big.
I want to go on the
Smoke.
record and say
difference-
that I'm actually really
Go
bummed out to find out that Smiley is dead. Because that just means Caesar Clown killed his only quote-unquote best friend, bro.
I don't know that he ever
I thought
considered
him and Smiley
his
were
best
going all the
friend.
way. I thought that was a real bond there. Like,
I don't think
my man
so.
killed his own pet.
No shot.
Upset. I
He
am
kept
hurt.
his pet locked in a cage for 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
like, given the circumstances, like, what are you gonna do with Smiley, right?
It's a fucking remote island that nobody knows about. I mean, the only thing is like he is kind of gigantic, I guess. So, if you
like
just let him roam around, somebody eventually comes by and goes like, "Wait, what the
That's what I'm saying.
fuck is that thing?"
Man. Like, I'm sure Smiley had plenty of room to swish around in there, right?
I don't know.
All right. Can I get out
my man
this
killed
next
his
thought,
pet, and I'm
please?
upset about it.
I'm upset too, Justin. I know. Come here, buddy. Don't worry.
Justice for Smiley.
Anyway,
Justice
for Smiley, indeed. He turned into Big Purple
Smiley. That's
Smoke.
five
And the only
syllables?
difference, but
Justice for Smiley. Holy shit.
it do be 5 syllables. Justice for Smiley the axolotl. we need to find another syllable that has Smiley in it. That way we can round it out. Anyway, Purple Smoke equals they turn into a statue and then they get poisoned to death. That's the only difference. Because Caesar was like, I don't like how you guys were able to walk out of the smoke. That made me mad. So I'm going to take away your ability to walk.
R.I.P. my mans. Smiley the axolotl. Justice for Smiley. There, I did it.
I'm glad. All right, well, thank you.
I wasn't
for
here
that
last week
rousing haiku.
I heard through the rumblings that you guys did haiku last week. So there's my
we did do
haiku.
haikus
1
last
week
week.
late. You're welcome.
Thank you, dude. And if you notice, there were a bunch of other like random ass there were like cuts to brokers. So I guess Caesar was demonstrating the severity of this new concoction that he cooked up after Smiley merged into becoming Purple Smoke. He calls it Land of the Dead, by the way. And if you notice, the Underworld Brokers, we saw Peckhams and Baron Tamago. We also saw Kid and Killer. And I don't know who else we saw.
There was
another shot.
There was another shot after that, but in between the Baron and other guy and then Kid, there was like a long-haired, seemingly blonde fellow that I thought might be Hawkins.
I saw that. And I thought it might have been Hawkins, but I can't tell for sure. I genuinely
why they would go out of their way to like hide his face so much, who knows? Because then they immediately show Killer and Kid, and it's like, oh, okay, so like we're not really hiding the fact that some of these guys can also be on board or are watching. So
I kind of remember seeing Hawkins, but I don't remember seeing it in these episodes. But I have a somewhat vivid memory of seeing it when I first watched these episodes. So that tracks. I bet you it was Hawkins, to be fair. But yeah, no, that's and we're left off with, of course, Zoro, Brooke, Sanji Nami, and not to be confused with Nami Sanji, Sanji Nami. And Kinemon running for their fucking lives. Those poor guys. We got like a 3-minute sequence of them just being like, run faster than the wind, you fucking idiots, or we're dead. It was kind of a good bit, though. I liked it. And then they caught up with a dragon or something that they're probably gonna try to ride and then be like,
they're gonna try and fly away on, I guess.
Take your dragon full.
I don't know why the dragon wouldn't just be flying already if it knew how to fly. So
I kind of thought the exact
can't
same
imagine
thing,
this going over exceedingly well, but I guess we'll find out.
We're about to find out he's like Buzz Lightyear. He could just fall with style.
Actually, I also find this is kind of interesting because it sort of sets a precedent that Sanji can run on the ground faster than he can run in air. Because in my mind, I'm like, why aren't you just like flying away, my guy? Like you can airwalk. That has to be faster, right?
But like that's super like has to be exhausting to just like kick so hard you platform on the sky.
Oh, and he's also in Nami's body, so never mind. Yeah, that does also.
He is trying to limit the damage
things
that he does to her not properly trained body.
Even though he's running probably Mach 2 as it is on solid ground.
Well, I mean, Zoro can do it. It's probably fine, you know?
Yeah. That's the bar.
He's got good running form, so it doesn't really affect her impact her body as much.
He's got the right stride.
Right,
he had lots of practice.
I'm pretty sure he was still rocking Nami's heels when they left too. So I'm quite certain that he's running around in heels, which is kind of impressive, honestly. Good for you, kid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, good form will take you a long way no matter what you're wearing, probably.
I mean, sure he wears, dress shoes all the time. He's only just... it's a small graduation to the heels, you know what I'm saying?
He's to use a term that you used once upon a time. Maybe he's like he's a front striker or toe striker.
Okay. A toe striker.
Maybe there's enough for him to be a mid striker. Maybe I don't know which one generates the most forward thrust.
I believe the fastest is always toe striking, but it's the hardest to maintain. If that makes sense, for a long distance. I actually just recently
I think that
relearned
makes sense
this.
in my head.
I feel like I was
Eliminator.
a toe striker. I was getting them high knees in there. I was going. I was doing anime running with my arms pumping. Yeah,
like if you're talking like the 100-meter dash, then you want to be a toe striker through and through. Same thing with like the what do you call it when you like jump over like the bars and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
High jump,
like the
triple jump.
No, well, I guess that too, but
pole vaulting.
Where you jump the hurdles during track.
Hurdle. Those things. Yeah. Like you want to be toe striker through and through. But if you're talking like a marathon, you'll probably transition to like the mid-strike journey, just because it's a bit of an easier strike to maintain or whatever for long distances because your calves don't get super fired up. Lemonator enlightened me, and I Googled it to vet it because I like learning. And thank you, Lemonator, from our Discord, by the way. Cool guy. Anyway, I think we covered everything, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
More or less.
Not a whole lot happened in these episodes.
Is that right?
I mean,
that's how I felt when I watched it.
I feel like we got some knowledge, mostly in the world building part with Doflamingo having his grubby, stylized hands and everything.
Oddly
he
specific.
do be having some stylized hands, though.
Stylish, maybe is the not stylized, stylish.
I'm just saying, dude. Doflamingo would rock a drag show. Like I don't care about him being a villain. Like I just want to see him and Ivankov go up and drag. That's all I'm saying.
like a head-to-head style too, where they each come out and they give them a theme, and then they have to come out at the same time with their interpretation of that outfit.
I've never seen this show, but I feel like you're just describing RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, except it's Ivankov's Drag Race.
Bon Clay's Drag Race, of course, because these two have to be competitors. So we're gonna have Bon Clay host.
Who says Ivankov can't compete on his own shows? Bobby Flay has like 7 TV shows where he's the competitor. All right, why can't Ivankov have it?
Right, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, I think with that being said, moving on. Next week will be 603 to 608. And moving on to quotes. Who's got quotes?
I finally got quotes this week. Not a lot, but I got some. And by some, I got a whole 2. All right, the first one is from that guy, the Marine they were talking to, Commodore. I wrote him down here. It's Commodore Yarisugi, which apparently Yarisugi is going too far in Japanese, because that's what that guy did.
Oh,
yep.
Sorry, I remembered something about that I want to talk about. But go on.
Yes.
So Yarisugi said, "If you keep on making a fuss about this, then we'll charge you with obstruction of justice, massacre everyone, and torch the town."
Did he say all that?
Yes,
Holy
he did.
He
shit!
did.
What the hell?
did say that. That did happen.
Marines are great.
I think I blacked out. Yeah, the Marines are so nice, dude.
And,
Especially G5.
I had to prelude this one the second I heard what happened. This was said by Nami Sanji after I think they wake up from getting just absolutely mauled by the kids. Sanji-kun's body took a lot of damage, but it's so sturdy. And I just could not help but think about the sturdy emo in our story.
Yeah, now I can't stop thinking about that sturdy. Hitting the sturdy, dude.
Yeah, imagine Sanji getting sturdy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying,
I always,
bro.
anytime I hear sturdy, I always think of that fucking 7-second video.
The
of
trash
dude,
bag?
The dude in the fucking trash bag. I love that video so much.
I just think of Kaku now. Every
That
time I hear the word
video
sturdy,
is
I just think of
that shit is
internet.
Fire. I love that.
I love that shit. Okay, quickly before I give my own quotes, I just wanted to talk about that Commodore, whatever the fuck his name is. In that he makes himself immediately known as some of the purest evil in this show, not because he threatens to burn down the village and
I know where he's
blame
going
everybody,
with this.
but because
I know.
in the middle of this conversation he turns around, spears an apple with his sword, and then eats it whole. The
I didn't realize
fucking
he ate it whole.
as we
eats it whole. He is the purest evil. Doflamingo doesn't hold a candle to this guy.
All right, hold
He's
on.
a
Let's
psychopath.
calm down.
He ate the core of an
Here
apple.
we go.
He didn't even take a few bites out of it like a normal person. I think even Luffy all the way back took a bunch of bites and then just shoved the whole thing in. This man went whole fucking hog.
I'm so glad this made it in. Holy shit, what a bit.
What a
You
piece
know
of
what?
shit.
His fashion sense is trash too. Dudes wear freaking 18th
Oh,
century.
man.
That's not far enough. 15th century European freaking knight armor leg pants or whatever you want to call them. He's got some ugly looking button up shirt. All right, his drip whack.
I also noticed, at least in the dub, I'm sure maybe it's happenstance, but I got to imagine that his name must have the number 2 in it written in some way, shape, or form, whether it be kanji or whatever the other Japanese written language version is. Because he constantly said 2, which is funny for an English speaking audience because we have so many different ways of using the word 2 now because we have TO, TOOT, WO or whatever. But this motherfucker doubled down on the word 2 for everything. And I'm like, there has to be a bit here that I'm just like, it's like lost in translation.
So the way the translator wrote it on our screen for me was, the last name translates to going too far. I think the whole 2 bit is just a reference to accession. Like he's too much of this or too much of that or too many, too that, too this, too that.
Gotcha.
That's also part of his speech tick too. He would claim that things are far too something. I think most of the time he says reasonable also. He thinks that things are far too reasonable or you're not being far too whatever.
You're not being extreme enough. You don't have enough hatred.
Yeah, his tick is far too insert whatever here.
Gotcha. Okay. Either way, it was just something I noticed that I thought was kind of interesting that I'm sure gets mildly lost in translation. But all right, do you have quotes,
okay.
though, Christian?
Sorry, I do have quotes, but I want to talk about something actually slightly more serious that I just remembered, and we kind of skipped over it also. I don't know how important it's going to be necessarily, but there's a point where we cut to Chopper as the cage gets evicted from the lab, and Chopper is debating whether or not he is going to intervene and try and help them or not. And then as he's hiding there, he gets smacked in the face with a piece of paper, a balled up piece of paper, and he gets startled, goes back and hides, grabs the piece of paper, and goes, "Oh wait, I should see what's written on this." And it says, "Don't do anything." Or do nothing, or something to that effect.
Yes.
I completely missed that, actually.
I don't know how you could have.
I saw Chopper in the corner, and I saw him with his little satchel of presumably drugs and the notebook presumably about the drugs, and that's the last I saw. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the satchel in a book that he says is his way of being able to take care of the kids and be like counteract the addiction. And then so like he's debated because if he reveals himself, then he's not going to be able to get out with that easily. And then he gets smacked in the face with the paper.
I completely missed that part.
Unless there's somebody else present that we have no notion of, that we haven't met, or it hasn't been made aware that they're in the room. The only person who could have thrown that paper is Monet.
Oh man, I think Christian's cooking real hard right now.
This is not where I thought he was going to take this, but okay.
I'm curious to know what you thought I was going to say.
I thought you were going to tell me it's Momonosuke. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
I mean, actually, I don't know. Oh. That's not like the worst thing ever. I don't know why.
No,
I mean, I guess Momonosuke could potentially be intelligent enough to like have hidden himself away and ended up in that particular spot. That's not like the worst thing he could have said. Might actually honestly, be the truth. I hope you're not fucking spoiling things.
But also, like I said, I didn't even know this scene happened. So, like, this is where I thought you were going. I had nothing for this.
Yeah, but you're also like a compulsive liar, so...
I am not a compulsive liar.
So I do find this idea kind of interesting. So you suggest that, assuming it wasn't Momonosuke who's like hiding in the wings somewhere, you suggest that of the people outside the cage, you think one of them is a mole's mole. Am I understanding this correctly?
Monet essentially becomes this like triple, quadruple agent at this point.
Quadruple stage now. I've lost how many betrayals we have.
I don't. There are too many layers to Monet's character at this point. Like where her allegiances lie.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Actually, though, the quickest assumption you can make is that she doesn't actually want to participate in whatever is happening here. It just like for whatever reason she got sucked into it, and now like obviously she might be being forced into doing it. And you know she does all this. She betrayed Law to Virgo and whoever else, because she had no choice. Otherwise, her cover would have been blown, or maybe her family's being held hostage, or they would have cut off another toe. Or I guess she has bird feet and wings now. So I don't know why she would want that. I guess Caesar just kind of does whatever he wants to whoever. So.
Yeah, not that I'm like clamoring for more flashbacks, but why the hell does my girl have wings and bird feet when she had a perfectly normal human body at one point?
She ate the harpy fruit.
Maybe
maybe not. Also, not entirely out of the realm of possibility either. Or just some sort of bird fruit, and that's her
harpy
hybrid form. I guess I don't know. That'd be kind of freaky.
In an arc where all of these goons have animal features because Law separated them and gave them animal legs, she's the outlier who should. No, it's just my devil fruit.
I mean, I'm more willing to believe it now that I knew a puddle of slime had the axolotl fruit. So
yeah,
if you told me this before, I probably would have just been like, nah, she probably just had these parts spliced on also, but it could be a fruit. Yeah,
God, that'd be terrifying to think that she just had no limbs at some point.
Well, she did though. Like we saw in backstories that she had a normal human body. She was sitting at the desk writing with normal hands, which also, by the way, like how the
I
fuck
do not recall that. I definitely remember her writing with her wings with a feather ink pen.
We got it as part of the flashback with Caesar and. I mean, there was definitely another episode where it shows she had a human body, but in these sets of episodes, when we have that conversation between Caesar and Law about the hearts, when he says like you're gonna take Monet's heart and then I'm gonna take your heart, like it shows Monet in her full body. Anyway, I digress. The only person that else is in that room, because there's no way that anybody in the cage threw it without somebody knowing. There shouldn't be any way. The only possible way there is maybe Robin was able to. Well, no, she has She's
They
stoned.
would
Never
definitely
mind.
have her in
There's
prison
no way anyone in the cage could have gotten that paper to Chopper without Caesar or Virgo seeing. So my presumption is Monet. And it just means that Monet is probably some, like I said, third, fourth, fifth level agent here at this point. So I'm interested to see where Monet's real allegiances lie at this point. That's all.
Speaking of Monet,
okay.
Does anyone else think she's cute?
Yeah, I think she's cute.
Maybe a little more so when she was full human, and a little bit less so in bird form. But
Okay,
Speaking
follow-up
as not a
question.
furry, I would probably agree with that sentiment.
Follow-up question. Do we think she's cuter with her glasses on?
I
I
like
actually
off.
really like the glasses.
I like-
I think. Go ahead. So sorry.
No. You were starting first, please.
I like the glasses. I would say I prefer no glasses, but I don't hate the glasses. Those
I
are
don't know
kind
what
of
it
fun.
is. Something about the swirly lenses on her face. Just I don't know. I like it. Makes
Well,
my
they
heart.
do like
I prefer
the-
seeing the eyes, but they're kind of cool.
They do the like nerd girl who lets her hair down thing too with this character, because in the flashback her hair is also tied up and she has the swirly glasses on, so she looks like nerdy lab assistant girl who is probably cute behind all of it. And then now in bird form her hair is down and she has no glasses, and it's like, yep, she was hot the whole time. We just didn't realize because she wore the swirly glasses and kept her hair up the whole time.
Damn, do I have a type?
Yeah.
I think
Probably.
only you know the answer to that, my guy.
Yeah, I think only you can answer that question. But anyway, on to my one quote for the week, because we're still in that section of the podcast.
We're still there, by the way.
Yeah. Seeing the two of you in a cage really takes me back.
Great line. Great fucking line.
Alabasta reference, beauuful.
Fan-fucking-tastic. What a fucking line. See, the two of you tied up together really takes me back. But Robin was on the other side of the cage back in those days. Oh, what a fucking gag. I fucking love that. Thank you. If you didn't say it, I was gonna. All right, was that it for you?
I'm good.
All right, piggybacking off of the same scene, when Smoker snaps back to Law, you were undone by your own powers. That is some record-breaking stupidity.
God bless the dub.
God bless the dub, dude.
That's good.
When Nami picked Usopp out, when Nami Sanji picked up Usopp out of the rubbish, she was like, "Thanks for saving me," or he was like, "Thanks for saving me, Sanji." And then she, reaffirms, goes like, "It's Nami, moron." And then like Usopp does this like,
He has like a look of despair.
and then she's like, "Don't sound so fucking disappointed." Obviously without the F-bomb, but imagine though. Yeah, and then we said it earlier, but I also love the line when Caesar was like, "I remember it was only yesterday when you were just a wee slime boy that just eats the food," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I wanted you to eat it now. No, good boy, did exactly what I told you." Oh, what a dumb bit. All right, that's it. Those are my lines.
Sick.
Nice. Time for golden ham. How the hell did we do this? Wait, no. What am I talking about? I know what I'm picking. It's law. It's law every week. It's law.
Right, well,
every week.
so,
right, yeah.
how do you
Don't
feel
sound
this
surprised. I
week,
didn't say
Brendan?
law, by the way. Don't look at that.
I'm sort of surprised that he's not going in on the Smiley. He was such a Smiley stan, a few minutes ago, saying how.
I mean, like Smiley cool or whatever. I'm a law stan. I simply want justice for Smiley because my boy Caesar did him dirty. All right.
I mean, awarding him
This can be part
in
of the
his,
justice.
in his final hours feels pretty justice
don't make me do
worthy.
this again. I already last episode. I already didn't vote for law because I had a genuine, heartfelt
Law
response.
won like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to be proposing a propaganda and agenda here, and
Yeah, I know. And I'm
taking up
denying
the
you.
bandwagon with reason. I hate it.
He's not living up to his
I'm
own
not,
got
critics,
I'm
your
and
not
he's
one.
living
upset
up to
got
my
your
about it.
one.
propagandist, dream here.
I'm sad. You spent so
Try
much
again
time
next week
advocating
when
for Smiley,
when like his
and-
counterattack business maybe pays off. Who knows?
God damn it!
He better have
Brendan
cooked up
actually
something
sold
good.
me. Brendan actually sold me. I kind of wanted to be Smiley. Justice for Smiley.
Justice for
All right,
Smiley.
Now that he picked Smiley, I'm gonna pick somebody else entirely.
All right, well now it doesn't even matter because I'm on board with Smiley too. So
Yeah,
you can do
Oh,
you
no.
can do whatever you
shit.
want.
I say brown beard.
All right, well now I'm double voting for Smiling.
To
I
be
have two
fair, I
cards
did
on the
walk in here
table.
thinking, "Yo, let me say brown beard for the meme," but nah.
Damn, dude, you hate to see it. I'm glad Smiley got it. Goodbye, Smiley.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were
that's
a
what
real one.
losers say over there. Like, hey, I'm
Dude,
glad
dude,
you
what
won.
if,
Congratulations, fucking loser.
I like doing these guesses on what thumbnail Jordy's going to pick because he doesn't actually listen to our cast anymore until it comes out. What if he picks the thumbnail of the devil fruit being turned into a devil fruit instead of actually smiling.
That's so meta.
That would be such a great like confusion for when people, because people look forward to now the thumbnail and going like, oh well, how did they get here? And it's just a picture of the fucking bushel of apples.
I need to know.
Maybe not even with the transformed one. It's just the 3 apples sitting in the basket, and they're like, what?
Oh, dude, what happened? What did I miss?
If anyone out there was equally as confused as I am a couple weeks ago when Smoker won, and Jordy just put a picture of a smoker, because I completely forgot what happened during that recording. I didn't listen to it yet. I just look at this machinery, and I'm like, what is a backyard grill doing here?
Yeah, you mentioned this one in a few weeks past. I definitely saw through the smoker one that day, but that's okay.
Surely I wasn't alone. Surely other people were confused.
Surely. All right, but moving on.
You got dumb.
All right, well, what's next, Justin?
We got fan mail. This one's from Panda Stalker. It was a follow-up email a couple weeks ago. They write, hey, this is Panda Stalker again. Look, it was either Panda Stalker or Panda Pounder, as in if McDonald's decided to switch up their menu with something more exotic. Sounds terrible, but tastes delicious.
Gosh.
Either way, here's my question for whatever week you're on.
Oh my God, you proposing eating an endangered species?
What on earth, dude? My God, dude, get some help. See a therapist.
Wait, hold on.
Take
I think I just realized
easy.
something. Oh, I just realized something.
At least it's not the furry alternative.
Profile picture is I can't see all of it. It's a meme, like cut up into sections. But the half I do recognize is that episode of SpongeBob where what's his name? Squidward takes like the smallest nibble of a Krabby Patty. I don't know what the rest of the picture leads into, unfortunately, because I can't see it too well. But I don't know. That felt topical.
That's a good episode. I like that episode.
Anyway, Panda Stalker asks, do you think there might be a chance when... Sorry, can I read? Yes. Do you think there's a chance when Gloriosa said the last Empress died from love sickness, she meant that she died for the man she loved, and it may be foreshadowing that Boa will die for Luffy someday?
Considering we literally got scenes of her being legitimately sick, I think we can just go under the assumption that the love sickness is a genuine illness.
Christian, your thoughts?
I don't even remember that line.
Excuse me.
Of the previous Empress dying of love sickness. I don't even remember that
Gloriosa,
part.
Which if you don't remember is the old lady.
No, I remember that, but
she
I
was like
she was the last Empress.
So it's funny you mention that. No, it was, well, I guess I don't know the actual lineage. I think she was an Empress at one point, but presumably the one that came just before Boa must not have been her specifically. And the one that came before Boa died of love sickness. Yes.
Huh. In that case, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with Brendan's answer in that maybe it is entirely possible to perish from love sickness. The only thing that maybe like, well, I mean, I guess she still got
for your race. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, what a shit detriment to have in your race.
What a horrible flaw to have for your character. Don't fall in love with anybody or you might die.
Right, like that's kind of fucking annoying.
Yeah, clearly you can develop some kind of physical illness. It also seems to come with the idea that you don't understand that you are in love. So until you do, you don't get better. Because that's basically more or less what cured Boa. Was Granny going like, yeah, you're not like, you don't have an illness that can be cured by a doctor. You're in love, stupid. And she goes, oh, that's what this is? Oh, okay, I'm fine now. And then she's like literally better in the next panel.
Well, she gets out her sickness by showing an infatuation with Luffy. I think that's
right.
Really the goal.
If you hold the love inside of you, it just eats you from the inside out.
Yeah. That's why she has to be all lovey-dovey from now on, because otherwise she'll just die.
So anyone out there listening to this episode right now, if there's someone out there you have a crush on, or even more than that, go profess your love for that person.
Or you'll die.
There you go.
Or you'll
there you go. Or you'll just die. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you'll just be dead. And then what do you
Anyway,
do?
Justin.
Panda Stalker writes, do you think brown beard will make you cry one day?
No.
Dude, I think
I think
there's
he's
a
onto something.
non-zero chance.
There's a non-0% chance
Christian.
you're gonna cry over brown
Christian.
beard, buddy.
What if I told you,
I call you a fucking liar.
Christian?
I tell you I killed my emotions years ago. Nothing will make me cry again.
I don't know, man.
Except maybe Smiley the slime dying. That might elicit some kind of emotional reaction.
Oh boy, not like
Just wait
this.
till we get Lon's backstory.
I don't know, but
Anyway,
maybe.
what are you
who
wearing?
knows?
Just kidding. I already know what you're wearing. I see your panties. Yo. That's the
Shit,
end
how
of
do
the
you know I was
email.
wearing panties today?
I'm definitely in my underwear, so, I hope you enjoyed the swamp ass back there, Panda.
Wow, you did not have to say that out into the world, but you did anyway.
Listen, I'm not a stalker. They gotta know the 401 and what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, if they're stalking
Yeah.
us, they're gonna get every grimy detail.
Emphasis
Incredible.
on the grimy.
You love to see it. Stop, please. My
Go take a shower,
The-
dude.
I would love
the
to, but we're
visions
not
in
doing
my
this
brain.
recording yet.
right, we still got more to go. Come on, Kevin, move it along.
Patreon shouts to Twiggle, 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 Twiggle.
Twigo.
Gotta
When you're
love
recording
Quigo.
Real Steel, by the way.
We love you, Twigo.
No. Justin, we did it already. It'll be out. I hope you enjoyed your Real Steel episode. This worked last time.
Did it though?
It did. It was
I
out
actually
before.
don't think it did.
It did.
I don't think it did. I don't think it was.
I think it was a couple of days late, buddy.
I think it was a
No.
couple days later.
I can
do think it was
assure
a couple
you.
days
I can
later.
assure you, it was out already.
I'm pretty sure it was a couple days later.
Yeah.
Dylan, cut that if I'm wrong.
Oh no! You hate to see it.
Anyway,
All right,
moving on to the grab bag. I have the
All right,
grab
well-
bag because I'm tired of Brendan having it because he's been clean the past couple weeks. But the
Yeah.
amount of actually no, I lied because he gave me a bunch of rotten food. So yeah, no, it's in my possession. God, I have trauma. I am so filled with trauma. Anyway,
let it out, big guy.
here's the bag. Go take it. One of you fiddle around in there. I'm gonna go throw up in the bathroom because I just thought about it last week.
Oh,
What did you do to that man last week?
I think it's not worth disclosing here and now. Let's just here. Can you hold the bag? I'll fucking pull a piece of paper out.
Sure,
all right?
yeah. I mean, I'll do it.
All right, thanks, dude. All right, and I got this, and it says, career day.
Sick.
How did this fucking piece of paper get in this bag?
Listen,
Okay.
you willed into existence, all right? You said
What
one
do
day
you
we're
mean I
gonna
willed it
workshop
into
What
it.
does it say?
and
Wait, what does
today
it
is
say?
the
What does that
day.
mean? What happened? What did I miss?
We are career daying, and I can't believe I'm saying this. The lint fruit, which for
What?
those keeping track, for those keeping track, this is the devil fruit that we theory crafted for Virgo
What?
last week when we were trying to come up with like reasons that he would have had Law's heart. We're also wondering why the fuck he's got shit stuck to his face.
Oh.
Insert
So-
lint roller man.
Sit lit roller man.
God.
And we suggested that it wasn't Law that knocked his own heart out, but it was this motherfucker who can lint roller you in the chest and then just kind of like, yeet that shit off of you.
Law's heart is in the same stupid box that we saw before. Why?
Listen, we were having some fun. man.
I
Come on.
get the part where he's got shit stuck to his face. Like that part makes the lint fruit viable, but not the fucking heart thing.
This is where you draw the line.
Listen.
This is why I
This
don't
is the
miss
devil fruit
episodes.
thing, he pulls out the heart, but he can't
Somebody's
kill you
gotta
with it.
keep you guys in line.
Dude, last week, honestly, I was a little worried because I'm like, okay, we've done casts together, me and Justin, but we've never done a cast together.
Cast one.
Yeah,
in a long
like that
time,
was-
if ever.
I'm pretty sure it was the first time. That was
Yeah,
that was a
I
wild one.
don't think it's ever been the case that me and Devin were both gone for a regular episode before.
Mhm.
I mean, with your attendance streak, yeah, no, I'm quite certain, in fact, that has never happened in the entire history of this cast. So last week was definitely
We
something.
cooked it up in the kitchen. I'll tell you what, that was a great episode.
And you know what? I would give you shit for putting the lint fruit on career day this early. But you know what? Honestly, I think
this is probably the best time.
This feels the most appropriate. All right, so the lint fruit is what we are career daying today.
All right, so are we going to use your weird heart steely power also?
I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Just as far as I remember, the parameters we came up with were just like, yo, like you touch something, it sticks to you, and if you get really good at it, you can choose what sticks to you. No, I definitely said that. I definitely said it was awful. I forgot what example I gave, but
you secrete a glue, but as the user, you have basically free roam in what you can extract with said glue, with the power of magic. How about that?
And your entire body surface area is essentially a bag of holding.
You're a bag of holding? That feels like...
No.
Like, hold on.
I'm being very metaphorical in my language here.
Hold on. This is something else he said last week, because he's suggesting that if you consider the lint fruit, like if your entire body is secreting this glue all the time, you can just hold shit all over your body, right?
That's what I mean.
Become a walking pack mule, essentially, is one of the things.
Okay.
You are the bag of holding. You just don't have infinite space.
Does the weight still affects you too, or are these items suddenly weightless?
I gotta believe the weight affects you.
I would think so too.
We didn't think about this, but surely if I sat on a dump truck, I couldn't just. I mean, maybe I could just get up and it would just be stuck to me.
This is just turning into Tamagotchi Dynasty or whatever that fucking game is.
Form of control. It can't possibly just be I stick to everything 24/7, or you would just get stuck to your bed after sleeping.
If you're good at it, sure, but the day one, it is miserable.
I feel like part of the reason devil fruit work is because you get injected with a base knowledge of what your fruit does. So I would assume that on ingestion you know how to turn it off so that you can live a normal life.
I don't know. Did you see Tashigi try to use Smoker's devil fruit?
Did you see Luffy when he first ate the gum? He was just kind of falling on himself.
Well, they didn't. They weren't part. They weren't there. It's not injected into their knowledge base. They don't have that knowledge base.
Right.
For Luffy, he ate the fruit, and then he was just like, "Why am I stretchy?"
Gentlemen, we are doing a career day. All right. Okay. So these are the rules. You can, if you are Sticky Man, and you can use it in any way you want. You have control over the stick and what can be stuck and how you can extract. I would say that
weight applies.
Weight applies. I think that is a fair limitation. Okay. Now, that being said, he is a metal purifier, and it's the easiest decision of my life.
What?
I mean, like, come on. This is the easiest shit.
Metal purifier? I need you to explain. What am I'm missing something here.
So, like, let's say that you work in a forge, and you are trying to maintain, like, a certain carbon content with your metals, or let's say you are trying to forge aluminum. One of the biggest problems that you have in those is that they are very chemically based. You have to know a lot of material science. And sometimes the mixture or the heat or some combination of some nonsense fucks the entire batch up and you got to start all over. This motherfucker, even if it hardens, he can just be like, let me just take all the impurities out of it and it's perfect again.
Interesting.
Metallurgist, guaranteed.
All right.
I'm That's an interesting application.
He is a vigilante because he is bootleg Spider-Man. My man can climb up any wall.
Okay.
This feels like,
and we got a grappling hook.
This feels like
the
a cop
opposite
out.
of police.
This feels like a policeman cop out.
What do you mean? It's not even close.
It's the opposite of police.
It's the opposite of police, but it feels like the same level of cop out. You can say that about any of them.
Yeah, but we have it, so fuck you.
Any fruit user in this world, in our normal society with a fruit would be a superhero automatically.
Yeah, but who's out here being Spider-Man? All right, I'll tell you who. This guy.
What? Okay, he's just a different brand. We've done so many career days with elemental powers.
And none of us ever said hero, all right?
Yeah, because it was just a
low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's the lowest of low hanging fruit. Like we had to ban policemen too for the same reason.
It's lower than that devil fruit sitting in the bag of apples, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, this shit is rotten. It's on the ground, and everyone's
don't ever say
everybody's kicked it around.
Don't say the word rotten, please. Don't say it.
Oh, no, we're triggering him again. Oh, hey, that's what you could do. You could remove all the bacteria that makes food rotten, maybe, eh? Is that how magic works?
That feels...
It sounds like that's what you're proposing.
I don't know. That feels like a stretch even for me personally.
Yeah.
You also can't reverse the rotten process,
Please,
right.
Decomposition.
But you can remove all of the dead parts. If you have like a rotten apple and you remove all the parts that are dead, do you have what remains?
You know what else does that? A knife.
What? Well, and you know what? Law is the surgeon of death, and he can remove hearts. But this motherfucker is basically he's
talking about Law.
Okay.
Let's see, if we can remove hearts with our fruit, we can remove dead parts too, all right?
That's all I'm saying, dude. All right, well let me cook another one. So he's a metal purifier, he's a metallurgist. They could also be sorry, I keep making this fucking problem. The person with this fruit could also what else?
Okay, question. Could they secrete the glue and package it and sell it?
I don't like that. That doesn't feel right. I'm gonna say no. I think that the person with this is just the sticky man.
Oh wait, I completely forgot about this. I thought about this earlier.
Woman.
Professional rock climber. No harness, no top. Just
okay. Feels a little bit like a cop out again, but a little better. It just feels like in a universe with superpowers, somebody might put their foot down and say, you are literally built different. We can't let you come.
Yeah, it's steroids, but worse.
Right. Like, this is like the steroids.
They don't even have to try.
Their universe.
There's not even really, like, it's climbing, but you're not exerting any of the effort. You're just doing. You're just slapping your way up.
It just feels wrong, I think. It's better
also,
than Spider-Man.
It is better than Vigilante Spider-Man. I'll give you that.
This is better?
Yeah.
It's a little more reasonable, I would say, yeah.
I was trying to come up with something like that would use the idea that they can climb to high places and like easily reach places that are harder to reach for normal people, I guess. So you're talking like, or the thing that immediately came to my head was like high rise window cleaner. You don't need it.
That's not bad.
There's no way he's successful at that job. He's just leaving glue residue on every window on the way up and down.
Is he?
Surely he is.
Well, okay. We're going under the assumption that the glue stays behind. I'm putting my foot down. Glue does not stay behind. Glue is just on person with the devil fruit. Because otherwise, you're going back to they can sell it, and I don't like that energy. That shit's fucked.
Yeah. So he can just monkey his way down to, or from the top floor or whatever. They send him all the way up, and then he climbs down. Works his way down, and that way you don't need to pay for all the expensive harnessing.
OSHA violation. There's no way.
That's a living OSHA violation.
I mean, yeah, it's like, a black market.
They're going to suction cup a window pane clean off, and then it's going to fall.
I love the idea that there's just like some like spider monkey individual that's like crawling on the inside of a building like with a paintbrush in hand. I can finally paint the ceiling here.
Finally, I can get this corner. they slapped up the wall with a little brush or something and get the cobwebs in the corner of the room that nobody ever cleans.
It's just the bit from fucking No Way Home, but with extra steps. Somehow we're back to Spider-Man.
All roads lead to Spider-Man. God damn it!
All roads lead to Spider-Man, dude. But let me. I want to think of one more good one.
What's a job that really like it requires some like you need to get up in high places and it's just really awkward to do. My brain is thinking of like an HVAC kind of professional where like you got like a really big job, like installing HVAC in a freaking high rise, and you just got to like you can climb the walls and properly install whatever you got to install. I don't know if I'm overthinking.
Oh, I know what he could be. He could be my sleep paralysis demon.
And he lint rolls the good vibes from your brain.
I didn't think of that. Hold on.
They just suck away all the good energy so that I just have nothing but dread left.
Hold on.
You wake up to to him up in the corner, classic paralysis demon style. He jumps down, swipes his hand across your face, and you're like, why? I don't feel physically different. You're like tapping your chest, and you're like, I'm in one piece, but why do I suddenly feel
so hollow,
depressed? That's so sad.
We just remade Perona with extra steps.
Oh my God, you're right.
Hold on, I got two things here. One, stunt double in all those Insidious movies. They're climbing walls. They're getting paid big bucks for that. No CGI needed. You got the dude. Second option here. They could not a doctor. It's not the one I'm looking for. It's like I guess maybe physical therapist. No,
I was actually just thinking.
Going off what Christian said, they could take your pain away.
Yeah, being able to take emotions away really does set up an idea or a precedent that they would make a fantastic therapist, because they would just remove all of the negativity.
What if you could remove my trauma from me?
So they have the mental health equivalent of Kuma being able to just
basically
he can heal you by getting rid of the physical pain, but Lint person can get rid of your emotional baggage.
Let me put it this way. Kuma has the pawpaw fruit, which he can reject whatever he wants, but this person has the lint fruit. They can pull out whatever they want.
Just two sides of the same coin.
I also like the idea that for Kuma, he produces a physical manifestation even of these intangible concepts, but Lint Roller person can just it could disappear.
But does it though?
Mm-hmm.
If they take it from you,
do I really want to hold someone's trauma in the palm of my hand? What do I do with that? Do I just brush it?
Well, similarly to Kuma, when it gets rejected in the shape of a paw, it gets pulled out, and it's just in the shape of a lint brush.
I was thinking what? I was thinking darker than that. What if the lint person has no choice but to absorb those emotions?
Oh God.
Oh no. That would suck. That would be sad. I would hate that.
But they still take on these burdens for the betterment of their patients.
So I can't have Spider-Man, but we can have someone out here taking people's depression and indulging themselves for the greater good of
Spider-Man. This person's the real hero, just taking on everyone's
heroes
baggage.
Wear capes, Justin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Doug.
Spider-Man's unreasonable, but someone going around being like, "I'll take your depression for you." That's more reasonable than this.
All right, I am satisfied with his career day. I think we can move on.
Somehow this turned out way better than I figured it would be. This is great.
This is a pretty decent one, I think.
I heard Lint Fruit and was like, did I black out for some arc of One Piece?
God, what a fucking turnaround!
In the kitchen last week and it was great.
Apparently,
yeah. No, we definitely burned down the entire kitchen making that meal. But it
was the best meal I've ever had.
This is a very Yukihira Soma type experiment meal here. This is peanut butter covered squid legs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever the fuck that was. All right. Anyway, Justin, why don't you cook us up a thing?
How about you do the thing?
I mean, I could. I didn't expect to get Uno reverse carded like this. It's kind of.
I mean, you can Uno reverse back to Brendan.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Panda Sightings. We have a Gmail. You heard our lovely stalker give us an email. That's pandasightings@gmail.com. If you would like to financially support this podcast and all of our endeavors in life, we have a Patreon. That's Panda Sightings. And if you'd like to talk to us personally, we are made readily available on our community Discord. Many a lovely person in there. In fact, right now they are hosting a movie night while we record this podcast episode. You too, that's right, could have been watching Barbie and the Pauper with them. Dude,
I'm genuinely sad I'm not there, dog.
Actually,
I want to
that
see
movie's
this.
over. They're watching Emperor's New Groove right now. It looks like
sick, dude.
Maybe we'll hop in there and join them after we're done here. So you also could have been in a position like this. If that sounds fun, join our Discord. It's in the link tree in our Twitter bio and probably also the Instagram bio. Thank you for joining us this week. We love you.
I do have a quick question. You think we
Go
should
on.
make like I don't know if it's like a tier or like a goal. I don't know how Patreon works, but you think we should make like a GoFundMe kind of thing for the hot tub on Brendan's porch?
I fucking gotta stop.
I mean, we just
Stop.
save up money. We can just tell them like,
You know what? Can I tell you? No one even cared for the bit. No one brought it up today. And it came out today that the hot tub episode came out today. The hot tub episode where on location in a hot tub or
that's
whatever.
fine. I don't need validation from other people. I enjoyed the
Okay.
bit.
Listen,
if they
we're
like it
getting
too,
you
then-
a hot tub one way or another.
Yeah.
It's just a question
if,
of the
if
community
other
wants to help
people
us or
like the
not.
joke, then that's great. But I enjoyed the joke, and that's enough for me.
What you're not realizing, Brendan, is that I'm selfish.
Yeah, I'm a selfish
Listen,
asshole.
you said you would host it and would maintain it. We just got to pay for it. That's easy.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I stand by that. Good luck. You won't. I'm going to
Prove him
double
wrong.
down on that.
You
bit.
have
You know,
the power.
it didn't attract the attention of anybody, or at least not that they mentioned in the Discord, but Jordy brought it up, and you know that motherfucker doesn't care about much. So, but he cared enough to be like, yo, hot tub when?
It's never gonna happen.
Hot tub
It's not
2024
You say that.
people.
There's
let's
a
get her
non-zero
done.
chance that if there's a non-zero chance brown beer makes me cry, there's definitely a non-zero chance we get a fucking hot tub on your
These
fucking deck.
These
Mark
things
my
are not the
words.
same.
They
These are not the same.
They are the same.
All right, I'm tuning out. Goodbye.
I'm signing off. Goodbye.